Hello everyone, today our group will talk about personal data protection in Malaysia. The presentation is prepared by our group 9 and my name is Qin Rui. To make this session engaging, I will start with a simple overview and later my group members will share more details and examples. Please feel free to think about how this topic connects to our own daily life. First, what is personal data? Personal data is information about us, like our name, phone number, email address, or even our student ID and exam results. We share personal data almost every day when we register for classes, buy something online, or create a social media account. Sometimes we don't even realize it. For example, when we log in with Google or Facebook, or when we accept cookies on a website, we are also sharing personal data. Personal data is very important because it can be misused if it is not protected. Strangers can know our private information. This may lead to spam messages, scams, or even identity theft. For students like us, it could mean that our exam results or scholarship details are exposed, or even someone pretending to be us to borrow money. That is why protecting personal data is not only about technology, but also about protecting our daily life and our future. In fact, personal data has become one of the most valuable resources in today's digital economy. Companies collect it to understand our behavior. Governments use it to provide service, and hackers try to steal it for profit. So protecting data is not only about privacy, but also about security and trust in the digital world. Let me give you some examples. One famous case is the Cambridge Analytica scandal. Millions of Facebook users had their data used without permission for political campaigns. In Malaysia, there was also a case where millions of phone numbers from users were leaked online. Hackers even sold this data on the internet. More recently, some e-commerce platforms and government websites also faced data breaches, where people's IC numbers, addresses, or bank information were exposed. Why are these cases serious? Because once personal data is leaked, it cannot be taken back. People may use it to send scam messages, to hack into accounts, or even to commit fraud. For young people like us, it can damage our reputation or even cause financial loss. These examples show that protecting personal data is not only a legal issue, but also something that affects all of us as students and young people. That is why we choose this topic. Besides these cases, there are many smaller incidents we may not even notice. For example, phishing emails that ask us to click a link, or fake calls pretending to be from a bank. All of this rely on personal data leaks. As students, we should be aware that our academic results, financial information, and even our social media activities could be targeted. So the issue is closer to us than we think.
In Malaysia, we have a law called the Personal Data Protection Act 2010 or PDPA. This law tells organizations how they should use protect our personal data. The PDPA has 7 main rules. 1. Contents must ask for our permission before using our data. 2. Notice and choose the must inform use how our data will be used, and we should have a choice. Number 3, disclosure. The cannot place show or data with other without our permission. Number 4, security must keep our data safe from hacks or loss. Number 5, retention should not keep our data longer than needed. Number 6, data integrity must make sure the data is correct and updated. Number 7, we have the right always to set our data and correct it if it's wrong. Now, how does the app apply to students? University collect a lot of our data, our names, IC number, attendance, and exam results. This is no more for education, but is becomes a problem if the data is shared with other companies without other consent. Other example is commerce platforms like Shopee or Lazada. Many times they use our email or phone number for advertisement. The example shown with the PDPA is very important. It helps us make sure our data is used in the safe and forward. Let's look at our daily student life. When we log into the university Wi-Fi, the system records our student ID, device, and the location when we join, and the student card or security with our personal data on from. Some events even ask for a copy or IC. Also, when we apply to internships or part-time jobs, companies collect our resumes, which include phone number, email, and sometimes even bank data. If this data is not well protected, it can be slow and misuse. For use as students, this means we must also play a role. We should check privacy settings, read the terms before clicking accept, and avoid giving out information when it is not needed. Personal data protection is not only the job of the government or companies, but also our responsibly as used. So the PDPA gives us a shout, but we must also know how to use it. If we understand our rights and act confidently, we can stop and live online with more confidence and safety.
Now, let me explain the challenge of producing students' data. The first challenge is low awareness. Many students don't know about the PDPA. They don't know their rights. They give their name, phone, or email to apps or websites, but they don't think what can happen. Next, some students only care about using the app, but not about safety. The second challenge is weak company rules. Some companies in Malaysia don't follow the PDPA. They collect personal data and they use it for business. For example, to send the ads or even to sell the data to other companies. Students often don't know this is happening. The third challenge is about foreign apps. Many students use apps from outside Malaysia. If those apps break the rules, Malaysia can't easily to take action. This makes it very hard to protect students. So, in short, the main problems are students don't know enough, companies don't follow the law, and foreign apps are difficult to control. What do this problem mean for us? First, It means students' rights are not fully safe. Even if we have laws, the protection is weak when companies or apps ignore the rules. Second, the PDPA gives protection on paper, but in real life, it's not enough. A law is only strong if people respect it, and if the government enforces it. Without that, the law is just worse. Third, this shows that we need two things: stronger information and better education. The government should check companies and punish them if they break the rules. At the same time, students must learn the value of their data and not give it away too easily. So, the problem is not only about law, it's also about awareness, responsibility, and action from both sides. What can we do to improve? First, we need more awareness companies. For example, workshops in university, posters on campus, or even short video on social media. This can help students understand why personal data is important and how to protect themselves. Second, universities should have a stronger data policy. For example, they should make sure student records are stored safely, not shared with outsiders, and only used for school purpose. Third, companies must give clear terms and conditions. Many terms are very long and difficult to read. Students usually just click agree without reading. Companies should make them shorter and easier so everyone can understand what will happen to their data. Finally, the government must be serious in enforcement. If companies break the PDPA, there should be strong punishment, like heavy fines or even banning the apps. This will make companies more careful with personal data. If these four steps are done together, students' personal data will be much safer in the future. To conclude, personal data is very valuable, but also very easy to measure. If we are not careful, it can be used for scams, spam, or even identity theft. The PDPA was created as a legal shield, but a shield is only useful if people use it correctly. The government must enforce it strongly. Companies must respect it and follow these rules. Students must also be careful with what information they share online. So, protecting personal data is a shared job. Governments, companies, and students must all work together. Only they can Malaysia build a safer and more trusted online world for everyone. Our reference: we use service source. The main one is Personal Data Protection Act 2010 of Malaysia. We also use the official website of MCMC, which explains more about data protection. In addition, we read new reports about data leaks in Malaysia, and finally, we look at academic papers that study data protection and policies. All these sources help us prepare this protection.